Welcome back. We're on topic 6.6, the last topic in chapter 6. And again, just to repeat, the equation 2x minus 3y equals 12 is written in standard form. And when you subtract 12 from both sides, you're going to get 2x minus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. And that equation is now in general form. So the general form of an equation, ax plus by plus c equals 0. A is a whole number, b and c are going to be integers. Example 1, rewriting an equation in general form. To rewrite an equation in general form, we're going to take the two forms that you've learned already. On the left is our slope-y-intercept form of a line, and on the right we have the point-slope form, or slope-point form, as it's sometimes called. In the first equation, we have a fraction. The denominator is 3, so I want to times everything on both sides by 3. And that's going to leave you with 3y. And on the left side, you're going to get 3 times the numerator, 2, which is 6. 6 divided by 3 leaves me with negative 2x. And then I still have 3 times positive 4, which is 12. Now I can add 2x to both sides to get 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. And subtract 12 from both sides, and that'll leave me with my final answer of 2x plus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. In b, I also have a fraction, 3 over 5. That means to get this into general form, I'm going to have to multiply everything by 5. And that's going to give me 5y minus 5. And on the other side, if I go 3/5 times 5, the 5 only goes as far as multiplied by the 3/5. So the 5's can cancel, and I'm left with 3 times x plus 2. So to clean this up now, you're going to end up with 5y minus 5 is equal to 3x plus 6. Don't forget to distribute the 3. You get to subtract 5y from both sides to get negative 5 is equal to 3x minus 5y plus 6. And add a 5 to both sides to get 0 is equal to 3x minus 5y plus 11, or 3x minus 5y plus 11 is equal to 0. Example 2. Determine the x and y intercepts of the line whose equation is 3x plus 2y minus 18 is equal to 0. So what you want to do is we want to find out what y is when x is equal to 0 and what x is when y is equal to 0. So what I'd like you to do is make this chart. Here we have when x is 0, what's y? When y is 0, what's x? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to plug 0 in where the x is. That's going to give you 3 times 0 plus 2y minus 18 equals 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be left with 3 times 0 is 0. So 2y minus 18 is 0, or 2y equals 18. And divide both sides by 2, and y will equal 9. Now I'm going to do the same with the y. So I'm going to have 3x plus 2 times 0 minus 18 is 0. I'm going to end up with 3x is equal to 18, and divide both sides by 3, x will equal 6. So there's my x and y intercepts. Now to graph this, I'll just draw a plane, plot the point 0, 9, plot the point 6, 0, and draw a line through those 2 points, and you've got your graph. Now to verify that graph is correct, you're going to have to take another point. Say we took the point x is 2, y is 6. That point right there. You plug it in, and if you see that 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 times 6 is 12, 6 plus 12 minus 18 is 0, so you verified that that does belong on the graph. Example 3. Determine the slope of the line with this equation. Well, to figure out the slope of this line, we're going to have to change it and put it into the slope-y-intercept form. The best way to do that, or the easiest way for this one, is to add 2y to both sides of this equation. That would leave me with 3x minus 16 equals 2y. Or we can switch sides and get 2y is equal to 3x minus 16. Dividing both sides by 2, I'd have y is equal to 3 over 2x minus 8. So the slope is 3 over 2. That's how you find it. In the next one, example 4, peanuts cost $2 per 100 grams, raisins cost $1 per 100 grams. Devin has $10 to purchase both of these items. Generate some data for this relation, and then graph the data. Well, let's make a chart. We have two things, peanuts and raisins. If I spent $2 on 100 grams, well, first of all, if I spend nothing on peanuts and all of my money on raisins, I could say, first of all, that 0 for peanuts means I could have $10, I'd buy 1,000 grams of raisins. Now, if I spent $2 on 100 grams of peanuts, I could put 100 grams there. And that would leave me $8 for raisins. That would allow me 800 grams of raisins. If I went up and bought $4 now worth, or 200 grams of peanuts, that cost me $4. That leaves me $6 to buy 600 grams of raisins. Following the same pattern, you can go all the way up to 500 peanuts, and that would give me enough money to buy 0 grams of raisins. There's my chart. That's my data. Graph the line. I'll have my two x-intercepts there, and my y-intercept, sorry. I could plot those points when x was 0, or p was 0. R was 1,000, so put a red dot there. And when I have 500, p, and 0 for r, I can put a dot there and connect the two dots. That'll be part B. C, write an equation for the relation in general form. Well, remember to write an equation, we needed two things. We needed slope and we needed a y-intercept. The slope, well, I can go the change in y, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I can say that my y-intercept is b, so b is 1,000. And my slope is going to be negative 200 over 100, or negative 2. So the equation of this line will be y is equal to negative 2x plus 1,000. For part C, write an equation for the relation in general form. I'd have to add 2x to both sides of that. And I'd have to subtract 1,000 to both sides, and that would leave me with 2x plus y minus 1,000 is equal to 0. This is, of course, part C. Will Devin spend exactly $10 if she buys 300 grams of peanuts and 400 grams of raisins? Yes, that's that point that's right on the line. If it's on the line, it's exactly $10. 300 grams of peanuts, 400 grams of raisins is that order pair right there. And you'll notice that it says yes. The second point, will Devin spend exactly $10 if she buys 400 grams of peanuts and 300 grams of raisins? No, because that's the point now that's beyond the $10 limit. That's beyond the graph. So there we have over the $10 limit. Your assignment today is to page 384, numbers 4 to 16.